Barefoot running and barefoot exercise in general, when used in the right context, can increase our running performance and overall movement ability. Today I wish to discuss with you more specifically the benefits of sprinting or running uphill while barefoot and how often we can use this technique to include into a regular training program. Now if you find this video helpful, please like and subscribe as I have a lot more on the way. So let's get straight into it. Now the first benefit is that we simply develop raw power through our feet. Our feet are our first point of contact, so enhanced foot, ankle and calf strength through this practice can carry over to more efficient running technique, even when running in our shoes. This makes us more nimble and fleet-footed in many situations. You may find yourself in a situation where you need to change direction quickly. There may be oncoming traffic, a cyclist or a pedestrian for example. Or you may be out trail running and there is a sudden change of terrain. Or there may be tree roots sticking out of the ground that require more agility and balance. You may be dropping down from a higher to lower surface, such as off a curb, from the pavement to the road for example. Or you may be running down steps, where both scenarios require a strong and controlled forefoot landing. You may even find yourself in a race where you need to stop at an aid station or go to the toilet, or in an obstacle race where you come down from an obstacle and need to get back up to speed, and the extra power you have to go from stationary to back into full stride is enhanced from regular barefoot practice. Now all of these situations require a light and an agile step. They can feel uncomfortable if left untrained, so adding in these barefoot hill intervals means you are leaving no stone unturned, making you a safer, stronger, more agile runner. Now the next benefit is that running barefoot up and downhill will immediately expose our weaknesses, as we do not have the shoes to mask our weak points. From here we can assess things such as our raw power as we push off, how stable we feel through the ankles and hips on each stride, and one of the most important factors is how efficient we feel with our landing as we run downhill back to our starting point. This is a really big learning opportunity to see if we can feel fully under control as we run downhill in our bare feet. Can we land nice and light on our forefoot? Can we keep a nice fast cadence? And can we control our entire posture without the feeling of excessive jarring in our body? If we find any weaknesses during this practice, then we can hone in on them and isolate them in our strength training routine and bring up our weak points that way. For example, your calves may fatigue quickly during this routine, so you could add extra calf raises into your strength routine, or you may feel your quad muscles on the way downhill for example, so you could add some more specific strength training to address that weakness. So if we can practice these different elements in our training, this will drastically improve our running efficiency, especially when we put our shoes on in our next run and get to fully reap the benefits that shoes can provide. But if we never learn to run efficiently barefoot, we cannot reach our full potential, as we will always be compensating for our weaknesses. Now the third benefit is that we can work on increasing our stride length on the way down the hill. So once we become efficient with this routine and we're comfortable with landing nice and light on our forefoot on the way down, then we can open up our hips and increase our stride length with the assistance of the downhill. This will carry over to our faster tempo runs that we perform on the road or pavement for example. This added stride length and hip power literally adds more bounce to every step and makes us stronger runners. So how often should we perform this routine? Now this depends on your experience level. If you're less adapted to barefoot running or hill running, then scale the frequency of this routine down to once every 2 to 4 weeks, depending on how your body responds, and then build your way up to once a week if you find it is helping you in your progress. Now in terms of sets and reps, this is all up to your own personal goals. Once again, if this concept is new to you, then I'd suggest just starting very easy with 5 sets of sprints with 1 minute rest between sets, and in the early stages just walk downhill instead of run until you build up the strength to run downhill with confidence and control. As you adapt and wish to increase the level of intensity, you can increase the number of sets, you can reduce the rest periods, or you can even add hill sprints into other routines. So for example, you can use hill sprints as strides at the end of an easy run to add a bit of speed and strength work into your workout. Or you can use them as one prolonged set, so this is a standalone workout with no rest in between sets if you wish to build more endurance this way. However, this will require a fair amount of experience and adaptation to barefoot running. So I would not suggest attempting this until you are fully adapted to the forces and the requirements of running up and downhill while barefoot. Now, one of my favourite ways to use hill sprints is part of one of my aerobic hybrid routines that is specific to obstacle training. So I will push bike to the hill, then I'll perform sets of hill sprints and other bodyweight exercises as a way to assess my entire body to start off the training week. This lets me know if I have any extra residual fatigue in any areas of my body that I need to be aware of for the upcoming week of training. And I may make a video on the subject and discuss the bodyweight routine if people are interested in this. So comment down below if that's something you'd like to learn. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you choose to include barefoot hill sprints into your running routine, start nice and easy, establish your baseline level of ability, and slowly increase the difficulty over time. If you need help with building up foot strength and dexterity, then check out my training routine playlist on my channel, as I have some free routines there to isolate and mobilize the feet, along with other routines that will help to strengthen up your core and your hips, for example. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Like I mentioned, I have a lot more videos on the way and I'm excited to share them with you. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.